Welcome to the Threat Insight Risk Flash update for telecommunication operations in Kenya on 13 February 2026. Kenyan telecom operators are currently grappling with several physical security threats that directly undermine network reliability and public connectivity. Recent incidents in Nairobi illustrate how fiber optic infrastructure has become a casualty of institutional disputes. In February 2025, retaliatory actions between Nairobi County and Kenya Power led to the cutting and destruction of fiber cables, causing outages across parts of the capital and prompting warnings from the Communications Authority about unlawful actions that undermine national connectivity. Similar disruptions were reported when county officials dismantled fiber lines mounted on power poles amid a revenue dispute, affecting ISPs, businesses, schools, and public services reliant on stable internet access. Beyond government-driven disruptions, theft and vandalism remain a persistent threat. Telecom towers and wireless ISP sites are repeatedly targeted for valuable materials such as copper cables, backup batteries, and fuel, which can cripple base station functionality and trigger widespread service outages when stolen or damaged. Industry engineers also continue to report frequent vandalism of tower antennas, fiber distribution points, and ground-level network cabinets, all acts that can instantly cut off connectivity for homes and businesses and require expensive repairs and hardening efforts by operators. At present, Kenya is entering a period of elevated political tension, intensified by the aftershocks of the Gen Z-led protests of the past 2 years. The build-up to the 2027 elections are adding additional instability. Multiple global security assessments warn that political instability and civil unrest are the top security risks for 2026, with 45% of security leaders citing political instability and 43% citing civil unrest as major threats. Businesses anticipate disruptions, with 21% expecting protests to directly affect operations. These risks are already impacting sectors such as retail and hospitality. Alongside unrest, fraud remains the leading external threat to Kenyan companies, driven by ongoing financial pressures despite slight improvements in economic stability. Reports indicate that 41% of firms identify fraud as their highest external risk, underscoring the prevalence of scams, financial crime, and social engineering enabled attacks. Kenya continues to experience an unprecedented surge in cyber attacks, making cyber risk a top national concern. These risks include system attacks, denial of service campaigns, malware, and credential theft attempts targeting telecoms, financial services, government systems, and individual users. The economic toll is substantial. Security incidents, whether physical, political, or digital, have had significant financial consequences. Reports show that nearly half of firms experienced revenue losses linked to security events, and many have faced rising insurance costs. With risks expected to continue through 2026, 70% of Kenyan companies plan to increase their physical security spending, prioritizing new technologies, risk assessments, and regulatory compliance. At present, Kenya's security landscape is defined by heightened political tensions, civil unrest, pervasive fraud, and rapidly escalating cyber threats. These risks collectively threaten business continuity, investor confidence, and national stability, prompting organizations to increase investment in protection, resilience, and response measures. To mitigate these risks, operators should strengthen site access control and surveillance to make remote and shared facilities harder to breach. Work closely with government agencies to prevent politically or administratively motivated destruction of telecom assets. Harden critical infrastructure by reinforcing enclosures and burying vulnerable cabling where feasible. Expand real-time monitoring and rapid response capabilities for remote sites, so outages from vandalism or theft are detected immediately, and invest in community-based awareness and local stakeholder partnerships that reduce opportunistic damage by increasing visibility, reporting, and shared responsibility for protecting essential national infrastructure. We trust you found this risk overview insightful. You are welcome to reach out to our operations team if you need additional information or assistance. In the meantime, subscribe to our channel, click the like button if you found this helpful, and the bell icon to ensure that you receive updates when we publish either a follow-up risk overview or a situational report.